I'm currently up here almost 900,000 US dollar here on my Bitcoin and crypto long positions. And as well, right over here, this indicator, I've never talked about this before, but this indicator has predicted every single Bitcoin top 100% accurately. And I'm going to be talking about it in this video. So anyway, before we're going to talk about that, we're first going to have a talk here about all my crypto long positions. Almost $900,000 in profit over here, about 50,000 more here since the last video. And I almost even hit $1 million in profit here somewhere today. Sadly, the price went a little bit down, but guys, I still think that we're easily gonna get here over 1 million US dollar. So again, this is my Bitcoin position here right before this massive pumper to the upside. Let's go here to my Ethereum position here. This one is up here. They're up here. Well, it's up 900% almost here. If I go here to my Solana position as well, this one is up here 280%, and then my ADA trade right over here. Look at that, absolutely beautiful here, up almost 500%. So generally speaking, guys, I'm a Bitcoin trader, so I don't really believe in these altcoins. As you guys know, I am, what you can call a quote-unquote Bitcoin maximalist. But as I told you guys over here, a couple weeks ago, when I went inside this long position, I believe that some of these altcoins, they were looking very, very juicy, even though I don't really believe in it and I generally don't trade them. I mean, the chart was just looking so juicy that I had to also enter into a long position here on these altcoins together with my Bitcoin position. And it's absolutely beautiful played out because they're all outperforming Bitcoin right now. So that's looking very, very nice here. Those positions, they will probably keep growing, and I expect the Bitcoin price will continue to rise further to the upside. So I am trading on BTCC exchange. Actually, I got a lot of messages from people who have taken advantage here of the 10% deposit bonus. There is a link in the description. I got one guy deposited $100,000 on this exchange, and he got $10,000 bonus for free by signing up with my exchange. So again, I am partnered here with the BTCC exchange. I know the guys that are running this exchange as well, and they've actually given me a huge partnership. They're giving me currently 10% deposit bonus here for anyone that signs up. I don't know how long I can actually run this promotion, but so far it is still valid, which means if you deposit $10,000, you get $1,000 for free. If you deposit $100,000, you get $10,000 for free. It all speaks for itself. So I am trading on this exchange and I am very, very bullish still here. I'm going to continue to hold this position until easily over $1 million. So if you are as well very bullish and you want to go long, then make sure to check out my link in the description, just the first link here in the description. Now, going over here quickly to the MACD, and this indicator, the MACD, is, I'm not the biggest fan here of the MACD. You guys know why I'm not the biggest fan of the MACD, because it's just a very, very standard indicator out there that everybody's pretty much using. But it is a little bit interesting what is happening right now. If I go here to the weekly MACD, is that this indicator is something that a lot of content creators have been talking about here all the way back since 2019. And whenever this right over here flips to green, then generally speaking, you do see a significant trend here to the upside. So we can see the same thing right over here happening. So for example, it flipped over here with a small correction to the downside, but this did sign here the end here of this bear market. We then had a signal right over here. We had a huge pumper to the upside. Then right over here again, we had a cross and we had again a big pumper to the upside. And some people are speculating that's very similar to the last two times. We are now seeing the MACD, weekly MACD crossing. And this again is going to start here a significant rally to the upside. Now again, I am not the biggest fan here of the MACD. It's just a very standard indicator out there. I don't think it's necessarily that accurate. I think there's way better indicators out there, but it is something to talk about. I think very likely, we've talked about a lot of indicators here in the last couple of videos. They're all clearly pointing here to the upside, but as well, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to this indicator as well. Yes, it is currently flipping here bullish. And yeah, well, to be honest, I think the Bitcoin price anyway is going to move to the upside, but it is a nice extra signal that we are right now getting as well. Now, moving over here to the indicator that I was completely blown away with here, and you're gonna have to watch it all the way through until the end because this indicator is absolutely nuts. So this is the major multiple bands indicator. So basically the major multiple is, basically what it shows you over here is the distance between over here, 200-day MA, the moving average. So you can see that's over here, this gray white line here in the middle. So if I actually over here cancel out some of these bands over here because it's a little bit noisy, but I just over here take the blue band and the red band, which basically shows you here the top and the bottom. This indicator has been basically correct every single time. It blew my mind because this is an indicator I have never talked about before, and it is so extremely accurate. I mean, look at it over here. We over here had, of course, this bear market. We exactly bottomed out, almost exactly bottomed out over here at this blue line. We almost had, well, we had a small correction to the downside, but that was because the whole FTX drama. But regardless of that, it didn't go much lower here below this blue level. And then over here, you can see the Bitcoin price hitting this red area and getting, of course, this massive correction to the downside. Over here as well, I mean, look at it. Right over here, we touched it, massive correction. Even over here during the bull run, over here, we touched it, massive correction. Over here, we touched it. This was the all-time high. Look at it, massive correction. Back here in 2017 as well, look at this. We touched it over here, massive bear market correction. Look at this. And then where did we bottom out? Look at that, back here at the blue line. So this indicator historically has been accurate every single time as well here during the March crash of 2020. So what we are seeing right now is that if the Bitcoin price is going to move here towards these red bands, this indicator is predicting a $250,000 Bitcoin price at minimum. So this is, of course, a very, very high target. I don't necessarily know if we're going to reach it, but historically this indicator has always been 100% accurate, and the Bitcoin price would always top out here, right over here at this red line over here. Exactly touch it, and then the bear market would start. So looking at this indicator again, $250,000, can we reach that? Well, in my opinion, yes, we potentially could. I mean, at least I think from now we should at least at a minimum hit $200,000. But this indicator is even more bullish than some of the charts I've been talking about, and it has been 100% accurate. So I think it is something that I'm going to be taking into account now from the next couple of years, weeks moving forward. I'm going to be analyzing this indicator at least once a month, and if we are going to start coming close to it, I am probably going to be starting to sell. So far, $250,000 is the target, but this indicator, these bands, they will continue to rise here in the coming few days and weeks moving forward. So with that in mind, let's see what this indicator is going to be doing. So far, we're somewhere here in the middle of the bands. So in my opinion, I don't think we are that overbought yet. I still think we're going to see that massive Bitcoin bull rally that we have seen in the past many times over and over. The last thing that I want to talk about here is that the president is currently saying that he's going to be cutting drug prices. He's saying gasoline, energy, groceries, all of it is down in inflation. And what this person is over here saying is that this is so bullish. All that's left here is for Jerome Powell to cut rates. Bitcoin will go to 120K in one candle. So basically what is happening right now is that the president, he wants to actually lower the rate because he wants to make the country more competitive for exports. He wants to create a weaker dollar, and he can actually achieve that by lowering the interest rates. Now, this is going to be bullish for Bitcoin because this is going to increase liquidity into the market. So what this person is saying here is that because inflation is currently going down, the Federal Reserve has more room here to cut the rates, and this is going to be more bullish for Bitcoin. And I tend to actually agree. The president does want to lower the rates over here, and I think it is going to be bullish here for Bitcoin as well. Again, more icing here on the cake that is, in my opinion, going to predict that the Bitcoin price will likely continue to rise here in the coming few months moving forward. With that, I want to end this video. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.